But I wouldn't slander their name like they did mine. I wouldn't say things that I knew, you know what I mean? Because they disrespected me, my name, my family, what I had been through. They said that I couldn't be in pain. I could not feel, I could not be hurt. I go to jail for a crime everybody know I did not commit, get shot 5 times, and I'm getting raped in jail, wompty. They just say anything to assassinate my character.
What's up, people? Welcome back to the Guardian Fou. Before I go any further, make sure you hit that like and sub button. Let's go ahead and get into it. First off, let me give a shout out to the Art of Dialogue. And for the 5 people that may be viewing this video, I'm going to leave a link to the full interview with Suge Knight in the description section. Art has recently had an interview with Suge Knight, who's obviously in prison. And the first portion of the interview that he put out was addressing the rumors of Tupac Shakur being violated, sexually assaulted in prison. And I guess one of the main reasons why he would ask Suge Knight that question is because recently in many interviews, Wack 100 has been accusing the Suge Knight of actually disclosing this in a secret recorded phone conversation. Now, if you're a fan of Tupac, most likely you've noticed that Wack 100 has been on a Fuck Tupac tour for about the past 5 to 7 years. I've never understood and still don't understand what his issue with Tupac Shakur actually is. But he obviously has some type of vendetta against him, whereas this is goal to dirty up Tupac's name. Dirty up his name by stating things such as Tupac isn't a real gangster, Tupac is gay, Tupac was violated in prison. Or the most recent one, Tupac, it was meant for him to die in prison, but so he ended up dying the way that he died. You know, something to that extent. Yeah, he has a real issue with Tupac. And he has also made claims about this so-called recorded phone discussion that him and Suge Knight has had that, he's never produced. I never understood why, what would make him hold on to this phone conversation and not prove what he's saying to be true by, exposing it to everyone, which would validate his point and his goal of proving that Tupac was violated in prison. Not to say that everything Suge Knight states is true, because he has been known to lie, to simply put it. But it would be extremely lucrative for Wack 100 to show this proof of this conversation that he's actually had with Suge Knight. But luckily, Art of Dialogue had a interview with Suge Knight, and the first thing that he questioned him about was this so-called phone conversation that he had, whereas he admitted that Tupac was sexually assaulted or violated in prison. Let's take a listen.
You claim there's audio of Suge Knight saying Tupac was sexually assaulted?
Yeah, that's a fact.
In prison?
That's a fact.
By who?
We have the audio. Because he didn't told the world Wack don't know what he's talking about, but you yourself, right, was talking about when he got sexually assaulted in prison. He know we got it. He knows we have all this shit. So, I give him a chance to let him make it. Ever since I hit him with that, he been kind of quiet. I got all kind of things. I hold them until you give me reason to use them. We are the exposers.
So I gotta ask you, man, I don't want to waste no time. It's been a rumor going around that Pac, he was violated in prison, and people, they're alleging that you confirmed this. Can you speak on that?
No, this is the thing. There's no way to my knowledge that Tupac ever been violated in prison. And I'm quite sure if it was a situation where he was violated or something, he would have told me. Because I was here to go there anywhere he needed to go there. I ain't from New York, but I got a lot of good friends from New York. So if I say we're going to go, they're going to go. And whoever with them is going to go.
And there you have it. You literally hear it coming from him himself. That he never had a discussion with Tupac about being violated. He has no knowledge of Tupac being sexually assaulted or violated in prison. So now you have to ask yourself, why are there so many people that want to continue to push this narrative? Understandably so, back in 96 when the East Coast, West Coast beef was going on, this was one of the main weapons that was used against Tupac to dirty up his name. Because if you have a beef with someone, why would you not run with that narrative, regardless of whether it's true or not? But you have to ask yourself, why is it continued to be pushed by certain individuals? Wack 100, obviously, and other platforms such as DJ Vlad. Now, you'll constantly hear Vlad bring up this so-called phone conversation that he so-called actually heard himself. Even though nowadays it's easy to clone someone's voice and create any type of phone conversation that you could possibly imagine, pushing whatever narrative that you could possibly want to push. But what's the goal here? And why is it just being said by people that hate Tupac? Most importantly, you have to ask this question. Why hasn't anyone that was actually employed at Clinton or Rikers Island, or inmates that's been locked up during that same time when this supposedly happened, why hasn't anyone from those categories stepped up and said anything? Because if there was anyone that actually worked there or has been locked up during that time that was just in the earshot, obviously they may not have actually witnessed it if it happened, but was just in the earshot of it happening, why wouldn't they come out and say anything? Because it would be extremely lucrative for them to do so. So it would be crazy that if this actually happened, that no one would step up and describe what they either witnessed or what they've either heard during that time. So if Wack 100 actually does have this so-called recorded conversation with Suge Knight, this would be the time now to produce that. Or either stop saying that you have it. Or if there's so-called this medical paperwork that John Singleton supposedly witnessed, if there's any proof at all, go ahead and disclose it. Show it. Or just stop saying it. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Do you believe Suge Knight this time? Do you believe what Wack 100 said? Or do you just not like Tupac so much that you just want to run with that narrative? Make sure you hit the like and sub button. Until next time, I'm out.